You know, one of the greatest misunderstandings about success is this idea that you need to feel good to do good. That somehow you need to be inspired, fired up, hyped up, ready, focused, charged before you take action. But that's not how it works. If you wait until you feel like it, you'll be waiting a long time. Because feelings are fragile. They change with the weather. They rise and fall like the tide. And if your life is built on feelings, your results will rise and fall too. Let me tell you something I've seen over and over again. People don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they never built a system that works when they're tired. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. That's the foundation. That's the truth. Goals are beautiful. Goals inspire. But systems sustain. You see, motivation is a spark, but systems are the engine. Motivation is what gets you started, but systems are what keep you going. Every successful person you admire, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on design. They've created a life that functions like clockwork, not chaos. And that's the difference between wishing and winning. So the real question isn't, how do I stay motivated? The real question is, how do I build a life that keeps moving even when I'm not in the mood? Because that's where consistency is born, in structure, not emotion. Now let's talk about how to build that kind of structure. Start with small, mood-independent habits. Habits so simple, so repeatable, that they work even on your worst day. See, the problem isn't that people set their goals too high. The problem is they make their habits too hard. They create systems that only work on perfect days, when they have time, energy, and peace. But life isn't made of perfect days. Life is full of interruptions, noise, fatigue, and distractions. That's why your system must work even when everything else doesn't. Maybe you can't read a whole chapter, but can you read 2 pages? Maybe you can't go to the gym for an hour, but can you do 20 minutes of movement? Maybe you can't meditate for 30 minutes, but can you breathe deeply for 5? That's how you stay in rhythm. That's how you build momentum. Not through big, heroic efforts, but through small, steady acts. Success doesn't come from intensity. It comes from consistency. You can be intense for a day. You can be motivated for a week. But can you be consistent for a year? That's where greatness lives. The truth is, systems are built on rhythm, not hype. And rhythm doesn't care about your mood. Rhythm just flows. That's why the musician practices every day, even when no one's watching. That's why the writer writes, even when the words don't come easy. Because rhythm creates progress. Now let's be honest. Repetition can feel boring. It's not glamorous to do the same small thing every day. But boredom is the secret price of mastery. You don't get extraordinary results from extraordinary days. You get them from ordinary days done extraordinarily well. Every day ye show up, even a little, you add another brick to your foundation. And if you keep laying bricks, one day you'll look up and realize you've built a fortress. So start small, stay steady. And when your mind says, this isn't working, remember, that's emotion talking. Systems don't care about emotions. They care about action. Now, here's something powerful to understand. You must replace pressure with pattern. Most people wake up and instantly feel pressure. Pressure to perform, to respond, to keep up, to prove. And pressure crushes creativity. Pressure kills peace. So what's the solution? Pattern. When you have a pattern, a rhythm, a routine, the chaos of the world doesn't touch you the same way. Instead of reacting, you respond. Instead of being pushed by pressure, you're guided by pattern. The first part of your day is sacred. If you control the morning, you start to control your life. Don't hand your morning to the world. Don't wake up and let your phone, your inbox, your feed decide how you feel. Start with you. Drink water, stretch, read something that feeds your mind. Write one sentence that sets your focus. That's not just self-help talk. That's neuroscience. Your brain needs order. It craves rhythm. And once you give it that, even for 15 minutes, you'll walk into your day calmer, stronger, clearer. The world's loud, my friend. But inside structure, you find silence. Now let's talk about alignment. So many people dream big, but act small in the wrong direction. They say, I want to be wealthy, but they spend their evenings scrolling. They say, I want to be fit, but they build no routine around health. They say, I want peace, but they don't create boundaries. Your actions must align with your ambition. Dreams are easy. Actions are proof. If your habits don't match your goals, you'll live in frustration. So, what's the cure? Replace vague dreams with specific, repeatable steps. Don't say, I'll get fit. Say, I'll walk for 20 minutes at 7 a.m. Don't say, I'll be rich someday. Say, I'll save 10% of everything I earn. Don't say, I'll be more peaceful. Say, I'll spend 5 minutes each morning without my phone. Small, clear, measurable. Because clarity beats motivation every time. When you know what to do, you don't waste energy deciding. You just do it. And every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you build self-trust. Trust is everything. When you trust yourself, you no longer need to hype yourself. You just do what needs to be done. Now let's be real. Life will test your systems. There will be days when everything goes wrong. You'll get tired. You'll fall behind. You'll miss a step. But here's the beauty. A great system is designed for your worst days, not your best. When you fall, your system catches you. It doesn't scold you. It doesn't shame you. It simply says, let's begin again. Failure isn't final. It's feedback. If you fall, don't throw away the whole plan. Don't start from zero. Just resume. Resume the rhythm. That's what separates amateurs from professionals. Amateurs quit when they fail. Professionals continue because they've built a system that makes returning easy. See, your system should bend, but never break, because perfection breaks. But flexibility lasts. Think about it like this. If a plane flies from New York to Paris, it's off course 90% of the time. But it keeps adjusting, it keeps correcting, and it still lands exactly where it's supposed to. That's the power of systems. They let you adjust without collapsing. Now, some people say, Jim, I don't like structure. It feels restrictive. But let me tell you something. Structure doesn't limit you. It frees you. When your days have direction, your mind is free to create. When your habits are automatic, your energy is free to dream. Chaos steals energy. Structure restores it. And in a world where everyone's overwhelmed, calmness is a superpower. Your system is your calm. Your system is your anchor. When you design it right, even when the storm hits, you stay steady. Let me give you a thought. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. That's what systems allow you to do. You rest inside the framework and rise again when you're ready. Because true consistency isn't about never stopping. It's about never staying stopped. If you pause, you don't lose momentum. You recharge it. And that's how you keep growing. Now here's something to remember. Systems don't just build success, they build character. Every time you follow through, even when it's hard, you strengthen the muscle of integrity. You become the kind of person who keeps promises, especially the ones made to yourself. And that's what changes everything. Because when you trust yourself, you stop chasing shortcuts. You stop comparing yourself. You start creating your own pace. You stop living by emotion and start living by principle. That's the difference between living by impulse and living by intention. And intention creates direction. Direction creates results. So here's what I want you to remember tonight. You don't need a better mood. You need a better system. You don't need constant motivation. You need consistent structure. Motivation fades. Systems last. And those who master systems master life. Because the goal isn't to do more. It's to design better. The goal isn't to chase excitement. It's to create rhythm. Every day, a little better. Every day, a little stronger. Every day, a little clearer. That's how you build a life that doesn't fall apart when emotions fade. That's how you build unshakable consistency. So design your day. Protect your rhythm. Build systems that outlast your moods. And remember, a system built for your worst days will carry you to your best ones. Because success is never an accident. It's engineered, it's structured, it's designed. And you, yes you, are the designer. Build wisely, build patiently, and build daily. Because when the systems are right, the results take care of themselves.